Warning: the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for all audiences, especially if your name is Ed and you live in the great state of Texas, or you are easily hungered. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey folks, I am picking up Donald's with Papa and
Then we're gonna put this on the smoker, right?
yeah.
Will it be yummy?
Yeah.
Hey folks, Rick here from the LaLa Farm. So I want to talk to you about something today. I got a friend who I'm kind of worried about. I've been thinking he's a little bit out of touch with reality, and I'm not really sure, what I need to do about that. So I've decided what I need to do is frankly kick his butt in his own barbecue challenge. And the hashtag fall BBQ cook-off, co-hosted by Southern Life Homestead, Ed over there, and MB Heritage Farms, Michael and Bobby. So I'm not really talking about Michael and Bobby at MB Heritage Farm. I'm talking about little Eddie at Southern Life Homestead. I'm talking about little Eddie. Eddie, apparently everything doesn't grow big in Texas. And I'm going to prove that today with this recipe. There's been lots of recipes entered so far, so I had to do my I guess you could say intelligence or research to try to figure out what am I going to do to make the epic barbecue recipe so that little Eddie stops talking smack. The two hosts of this collaboration, little Eddie over at Southern Life Homestead, he did do a really good looking pork butt. I got to give it to him. Michael and Bobby over at MB Heritage Farm, they did a phenomenal chicken on the grill, called it Steamboat Chicken, and boy did it look good. There's been some others also. Little Pete's Homestead, they did some country style ribs, look phenomenal. Stepping Back in Time Kentucky, they did a pineapple chicken, looked amazing. Micro Farmer, he did a pork shoulder, looked absolutely phenomenal. He cut that thing open, my mouth was watering. Silhouette Park Farm, they've come as close as any channel has thus far in matching what they're doing. Adam and Annette, they did a brisket, a beef brisket. I'm upping that game. So we're making a smoked corned beef brisket with cabbage, all on the smoker, as well as bread pudding on the smoker made from cake donuts. Let's get to it. So what you got here is I've got two rubs. I've got this rub. I'm not going to be using this yet. All we're going to be putting on this corned beef brisket is this. So this is whole black peppercorns that I then put into the Ninja blender and put it into a coarse cut black pepper. So this is all we're putting on this corned beef. And then we're going to throw it on the smoker. It'll be on there for about 2 to 3 hours. We've got the smoker set at 225 degrees. We're going to leave it on there until we get up to 165 degrees internal temperature. Then we're going to take it off, wrap it up in aluminum foil, and then bring that internal temperature up to 200. Brisket out on the grill, and now we're back inside. Now we're going to move over to preparing the cabbage. So in about an hour, we will put the cabbage on the grill. In the interim, we're going to get this ready. So we're starting with 2 big heads of cabbage. take a few of these outside layers off. It's kind of the dirty old stuff. This is a very straightforward recipe. I can't say that I've ever done this yet. I've done lots of vegetables on the grill. Cabbage, this will be a first. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna core this. So we're gonna go straight down into the cabbage, take the core out. So there we've taken the core out. So now we're gonna take these heads of cabbage. We've taken the core out of both of them. And we're going to wrap them 2/3 of the way up in aluminum foil. We're going to come back later and we're going to wrap them all the way up. But for right now, they're going to go on the smoker initially just with being partially wrapped. And I like this extra wide. I used this in my previous barbecuing recipe simply because this stuff works really good. It's a lot wider than a typical roll of aluminum foil, and this is what I use whenever I'm smoking, because when you're going to wrap something when you're barbecuing, it's really important. Generally, it's to keep the juices in the meat, and that's exactly what we're doing here. So we're only going to put 2 ingredients in here. We're going to put a little bit of this sweet rub, and then we're going to put some butter in this and let that butter. So this is a whole stick of melted butter, and then this is the smaller of the 2 heads. So we're going to put this core back on here and let that, it's going to go onto the smoker just like that. So the sweet heat dry rub is multiple ingredients. This is kind of a multi-purpose rub that I use. 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of smoked paprika, 2 tablespoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, and a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And then we're going to put this core back in, and the aluminum foil on there keeps the moisture, the steam inside of that aluminum foil. It'll go on here for about 2 hours just like this, and then for the last hour we're going to cover this completely with aluminum foil to make sure that steam stays in there. So let's get them on the grill. Alright, so this has been on for about 3 hours. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take it off. We're going to wrap it up and stick it back on until we get up to an internal temperature of about 205 or 203 in that area. Again, taking really careful, being really careful not to puncture this, because you don't want the juices to drain out of it. Just be nice and tight. quickly wrap up our 2 cabbages so that now they're basically just going to steam inside of these bags or inside of these foils. They're a little warm on my hands, so stick that one way back in the back there. That'll give us space right here to put our dessert. So that's it. All right, so this is the 3rd recipe for that we're going to be putting on the smoker today, and this is donut bread pudding. Main ingredient is old-fashioned donuts. We're starting, I went this morning to Dunkin' Donuts, bought them out of their old-fashioned donuts, and so I needed 16 of these to start, and I only had 12 at Dunkin' Donuts, so I got 4 of the pumpkin spice. Patrick's going to help with this. He's already washed his hands, so here's what I want you to do, bud. Just break these up and put them in the pan, okay?
Okay.
Put them in the pan, don't eat them. They need to be small pieces like I'm doing.
Hey folks, I am picking up donuts with Papa and with...
Then we're going to put this on the smoker, right?
Yeah.
Will it be yummy?
Yeah.
So once we're done with this, there's another one. Once we're done with this, then we will make a custard. We'll put the custard into the donuts, and then we will cover it and bake it for about 40 minutes on the smoker. By that time, our cabbage and our corned beef should be done, and then we will hopefully have everything timed relatively correctly so that after the 40 minutes we'll uncover this for 10 minutes and then let it brown up on top, and this should be done. Small pieces, bud. Small pieces.
Small pieces?
Small pieces.
Okay.
Spread them out, okay?
Spread them out?
So I don't think 16 is probably going to be too many for this, so that's what we got. So we got some extras. Let's put one more on there. We'll press it down.
These are donuts.
Huh?
I like donuts.
You like donuts?
Yeah.
We're going to have one left. All right, put that right in the middle here.
Hey, Papa.
Good job, bud. So now we're going to move on to the custard all over it.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead and do it.
Okay.
All over. Make sure you get them all over the place. All right, well, he's finishing that up. I'm going to start the custard, which is going to be poured into this.
No, I am done.
You're done?
Yeah. Look.
So we're going to start with 5 eggs. I've already beat them. This will make the custard. 3/4 of a cup of sugar. 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And 3/4 of a cup of butter.
It's butter.
We're going to whisk it. We're whisking it.
We are whisking it.
Say, hey folks, we're whisking it.
Hey folks, we are whisking it.
So this is dessert, huh?
Yeah, that's a shirt.
This is dessert.
Yeah.
All right, we've got that beat up pretty well. Now we're going to press that down a little bit, and then we're going to pour this custard right over the top. That's going to absorb into the donuts. Does that look good? Does that look good?
He's taking me with that shirt.
What do you think? What do you think, Patrick? Does that look good?
Yeah.
Look at that. So there's the plug that we put in. So essentially all that butter that we put into this has seeped throughout the cabbage. Look at how juicy that is.
Oh my God. Ed, buddy, you're going down.
This one I think is even more tender because this was a smaller one.
Oh my God.
That looks pretty amazing. Oh boy. That looks amazing. Look at the juices flow from it. So here's what we ended up with. This is our 8-pound corned beef brisket. So when you're doing brisket of any kind, whether it's corned beef or a traditional beef brisket, you always want to make sure that when you do cut this, you're cutting against the grain. Now this is what you would get in a deli. Look at that smoke ring right there. Is that amazing?
I mean, they might as well send you the plaque now.
All right, so Michael and Bobby from MB Heritage Homestead and Ed from Southern Life Homestead. This is LaLa Farm's entry into the fall BBQ cook-off. So this is our fall BBQ cook-off entry for the collaboration co-sponsored by Southern Life Homestead and MB Heritage Farm.
Hi folks, we are barbecue because we are eating. This is we fart.
We fart?
No, I didn't.
No, that's what you said.